Hi, Laurel.
Hey Vanessa, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Good. Everyone that's tuning in to Watch Us Wednesdays, I'm just here talking with Laura Lindsay, the founder and CEO of the New Media Marketing Group. And I just wanted to talk to you specifically, in addition to all the other services that you offer under the umbrella of marketing, how you employ a mobile marketing strategy that benefits your clients. So, when initially devising a marketing strategy for a client, in what ways do you perceive having a mobile marketing strategy very important?
All right, great. So, how we have figured out that it's important is by just looking at the user behavior on our clients' websites. So, one of the most common red flags that we see when it comes to lack of sort of attention to a mobile strategy is if you look at your Google Analytics, which is your free website activity tracking software, you go in there and you take a look at devices. Most of the time what I see is that folks who are coming to the client's website on their smartphone or on their tablet have a way higher bounce rate. And so what that means is people are coming to the site and they're like, meh, don't like it, and they leave.
Okay.
So typically what happens is that indicates that the user experience is less than ideal, right? So from there we take a look at, okay, is this a big enough chunk of the marketplace that we need to worry about? And in recent years, of course, it has been because we've all got our phones basically attached to us,
Yeah.
right? And then more and more statistics are coming out, like 56% of people who are searching for a local business, that translates into a sale. So typically people on the go, they're in their cars, they're driving around looking for a place to eat or whatever it is. So it's definitely become its own little niche within web marketing and digital marketing is the mobile element of things. So yeah, it is becoming increasingly important.
Well, it's absolutely totally true what you said. Having a business literally like right at your fingertips. I think that as a point of relationship is definitely changing. Now, do you think it's important for, say, a website on a smartphone or an app on a smartphone to be compatible? Make sure it's compatible with that device, and also does it correlate directly with the website?
Yeah, absolutely. So we absolutely recommend that you have either one of two things on your website. So either get a what they call a responsive website, so it resizes for different devices. So whether people pull it up on a tablet or a phone, it resizes so things aren't cut off and they can still get to the navigation, etc. Now that being said, a responsive site is not quite as good as a mobile site because it still has those really tiny little buttons and you got to kind of zoom in to get to them, right?
Yeah.
But it does cover all your bases. It means that you're going to not necessarily alienate everybody who comes to your site. It should reduce your bounce rate, and it's definitely a good thing to have. And that would be compatible across all devices. So responsive site is your one option.
Okay.
And then the second one is a mobile site where I'm sure you've seen, and it's basically just like four big menu options like buy, find us, call us.
Yeah. So that's a website. What is that? Sorry, the responsive, and then what did you say that was called?
A mobile website. So it's,
It's a mobile website. Okay, cool.
yeah. So it basically what happens is the server can tell, hey, this person's coming to the site on a smartphone or a tablet, so it shows a different site. Yeah.
Oh,
And people prefer
oh.
that. Technology, hey, it's crazy.
Yeah. But it's great that things like that are so specifically tailored, for, I mean, I'm sure is that part of it too, when you are looking at the kind of analytics and the traffic that is going to, and using a smartphone or mobile marketing, are you able to encourage your clients to have either a responsive or a website?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely recommend it, and depending on their strategy and what the user behavior is and what their target audience behavior is, we'll recommend either a mobile or a responsive site. Some folks are much more concerned with just making sure their credibility is intact. They want to look professional. They want to stay professional. They're not necessarily sold on the idea of mobile marketing is going to increase my business, so they're not as excited to explore that opportunity or invest in it. Whereas other consumers have sort of been working with mobile marketing for a little while, know that it's effective, and they want to reinvest. So it just really depends on the client's needs.
Mhm.
Basically, I give all kinds of advice, and whatever folks want to do with it is it's completely up to them, right?
And,
Um,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, that's basically it. So typically, what we do is just look at what is the customer behavior on your existing website uh, vis-a-vis what your goals and objectives are. Like, do you want them to call you? Do you want them to email you? Do you want them to buy online? What do you want? And is your existing setup configured in such a way that it's easy for the customer to do that? Like that's just reducing the barriers to entries.
Yeah, absolutely. And are there specific industries where you think that having a mobile content marketing strategy is, I mean, absolutely a necessity, and maybe there's some industries of business where it's not as required, or do you just think that now you need to have a mobile marketing presence across the board, no matter what?
No, I think it is industry specific, certainly. I mean, I think that most, if not all businesses should have at least a mobile responsive website. Mm-hmm. It's just respectful to your customers that are going on a mobile site or using a mobile device, which is just about everybody. In terms of industries where mobile marketing makes more sense or is expected, definitely the real estate industry. I'm sure you've seen a for sale sign where it says like text to get the listing information. Yeah. That's really, really, really effective because it's that instant gratification that people want. We're building something for another client right now whereby you can actually GPS search listings that are close to you from your phone. So it's very, very targeted to location based. Yeah, it's so cool. So those types of instances and those types of clients really do benefit because that's what the clients want. That's what they expect. That's what the user experience demands. Also, I'm sure you've seen at restaurants and bars. It's like text here to get notified of coupons, spas, like more of a retail situation is where you can really use that texting, the SMS marketing along with your mobile strategy. And just one thing that's really important for, I'd say, every business, though, is to make sure that they've got the local presence on Google Maps because people who are searching for those services locally, you want to make sure you show up on the maps, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's so funny now. I mean, you really do have business like in the palm of your hand.
Everything.
Everything's so
immediate than I do.
Yeah, and so personal as well, you know, when you can really just be that visible to your consumers, to your clients, to your customers as well. Just last question. I wanted to ask you, when you get this marketing strategy in place and you have a mobile marketing presence, whether it be through responsive or through a website mobile marketing tool, do you have a way that you can help your clients to make sure that their content stays current, that it's managed well, that it's maintained well? Is that still your arena of service providing, or is that more fall on their responsibility?
Well, we provide sort of like a trifecta of options. So one is we'll provide all the advice, and then you can either find people internally to do it, or you can do it yourself, or whatever you want. Second is sort of a hand-holding situation where we'll do some stuff and you do some stuff, and then we kind of talk about what's best to delegate and what you need help with and that sort of thing. It's more of a partnership. And then the third level is where clients are like, I just want to run my business. I don't want to know about this. I don't care. I don't have time. They just want to concentrate on closing the sales and closing the leads that we're sending them. So we do it all for them.
Oh, great.
In that case, we do like ghostwriting. Most of the time, what people just need is that human touch. So we just call them like once a month and say, hey, what's going on? What's new in your business? You know, and then people talk, but they won't answer an email about it, or they won't think to do that themselves because a month has already passed and it's been, you know, it's gone fast or whatever the case is. And then from there, we create content from anywhere from images to text to videos to whatever it is that they need.
And then you're able to kind of be that conduit for them to be able to get in touch with the other ways to provide marketing services. For example, like if I wanted to have a bigger presence on my smartphone with my company, then I could call you, and then you could also, if it was a hand-holding situation, tell me about the other ways to get in touch with companies who could help me to produce an app or help me to, produce whatever would be an interface that's necessary to connect with my clients.
Yeah, absolutely. If we can't do it, we typically know someone who does, and we'll, and also if we can't do it, we'll tell you. So.
All right, honesty and transparency business. It's nice. It's refreshing.
Yeah, it's important.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Laura, for giving me a little bit more insight into how we can make yourself relevant in our phones that we have attached to our faces every day now, it seems. And I look forward to speaking with you next week and hearing a little bit more about successful marketing tips.
Great. Thanks so much, Vanessa. Take care.
Have a great day.
Bye-bye.